Hello and welcome to Audiobook Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the book Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Red Rising follows a teenage main character, Darrow, who is part of the Reds, basically the underclass, and is through much personal tragedy ends up being recruited to a terrorist organization that is determined to take down the Golds, who are the ruling class. Now, the color piece I find to just be about as incredibly on the nose as you can get. It's the same kind of general teen fiction we keep seeing where, there's nothing wrong with being a young adult book by any means, but the same kind of rehash of the Hunger Games, which was a rehash of Battle Royale to begin with, is just extremely tiresome. This book takes it even further. You don't just have different classes, but they're all a specific color, which just seems a little bit ridiculous to me. But we follow the group of the red essentially, and I before I get into a little bit more spoilers with it as well, it's like I said, it's just kind of really reminiscent of as something you've already seen, something you've already read. I didn't find anything impressive in this story at all. It is really just the same kind of teenager has to you fight. They're the underclass against the ruling class, and this time it's actually we're like I said, color based. We're calling it red, and we're talking about revolution, and it's like, where could that be coming from? That's not on the nose at all. With that said, I'm going to jump in to a little bit more spoilers just to talk about other pieces that I was not a fan of with the plot of this story as well. As usual, I will put in the description the spot you can skip ahead to get toward the end. It won't be super long since this is a quick hit video. So anyway, we have Darrow. He's a teenager. He lives in a mining community of the Reds. That's what they do. They have to mine to survive, and he starts to find out everything is kind of just rigged against them. His wife ends up being killed because she sings a song you're not supposed to sing. You're also not supposed to like do certain dances. That's also really bad. I don't know if that's supposed to mean something in the later books, but it's brought up a ton in this book about dancing being a very big mark of pride. Didn't really get that. I don't know what it had to do anything personally. But so anyway, his wife ends up being killed by the essentially governor of Mars, where the story takes place, and he ends up being recruited to the terrorist organization. Like I said, at that point, he goes through all these different surgeries because come to find out, the golds are actually like genetically superior. Apparently, they're much stronger and bigger and everything, and so he actually goes through all these different surgeries to make him the same sort of specimen as what the golds are, which right there seems a little ridiculous. Like we can just take anybody and make them this, then like why exactly, I guess, is that are they so high if it's just, you can do it cosmetically. But apparently we have the technology. Then Darrow has to go through this vigorous testing where, well, guess what? He had the surgery and he's strong like the goals, but he also just happens to be smarter than all of them. And he had one of the best scores on this test, even though he's never ever had any sort of, education or anything. But no, because main character, and we need him to also be very smart too, because he deserves to be there. From there, it goes into a complete battle royale Hunger Games type situation. They're put in a place, except they're on teams. Okay, they're named after Roman gods. Okay, we're throwing in a little Percy Jackson here too. These people like the Roman stuff, uh, and it's so they're fighting. It's like a deadly version of capture the flag, and of course Darrow ends up going through more tragedy there, but finds a way to overcome and break the rules and change the whole game. Which once again, it's just the whole thing completely seems like something you've seen before, something you've read before. Don't really get the hype on this series. It was recommended to me as being a good book. I disagree. I did not enjoy it. I don't think it was anything new or special. It was just incredibly derivative to me, and that's really my take on it. I do not plan to read the rest of these books. Let me know though if you've read this and you think it does actually get a lot better and is worth a read. I still don't know that I will read the rest, but I would be curious to hear your thoughts if they do differ from mine. That has been the review of Red Rising. If you enjoyed this review and want to see other reviews, feel free to check out the channel and subscribe.